Hello and welcome back to True Corn. I'm Janet and I'm on a personal journey to discover my original blueprint. And in that journey, I've discovered also the path to self-love. And that's what I'm sharing with you with True Corn. Excuse me. So today, we're going to talk about 5 inward looking exercises that you can do that will help you to identify where you are in your journey of self-love, if you're on a journey of self-love. And if you're not on a journey of self-love, you really should be. And the next video, I'll talk about 11 reasons why you should be on the self-love journey. Anyway, back to today's video, which is 5 inward-looking exercises you can do that'll help you identify where you are currently on the path to self-love. Why is that important? Why is it important to know where you are on your journey to self-love? Well, for starters, if you don't know where you are currently, then you can't really get anywhere. You can't get to where you want to go. If you're currently in Michigan on a trip to Idaho, but you're following directions to Idaho as though you were currently in Florida, you're going to have a much different experience trying to get to Idaho. So no matter what it is, you have to know where you currently are to get to where you want to go. And no different with self-love. What am I currently doing that is inhibiting me on my path, on my journey back to my original blueprint? Anyway, without any further ado, let's start and let's think about these as we go through them. The first one is, how do you react when you mistakenly, hurt yourself, burn yourself, trip, fall? How do you react or break something? Maybe you working in the kitchen and you knocked over this lovely plate that you had and it broke. How do you react when things like that happen? Do you immediately go to, in your head, cursing out the plate, cursing out yourself, calling yourself stupid, any number of different things? You beep, what the beep were you thinking? So I laugh about it because I used to be there too, actually, not so long ago. Used to be in that very spot. That's why I've charted this course ahead for you to be able to say that this is very telling. This tells you, how do you treat yourself when something unforeseen happens and it causes you a little bit of a setback, or you get hurt, you burn your finger cooking, you hammer your finger by mistake when you're hammering, if this is you, then I would say do one thing differently next time, even if it's just to notice. Even if you just notice next time, you know what? I do that. Wow, I didn't even realize it. I'm calling myself stupid. I'm cursing myself out. I'm beeping all over the place. Even if it's just notice it, and then do one thing different the next time. And maybe the next time you say, okay, I didn't really mean to knock that on the floor. It just was an accident. No big deal. No big deal. I'll clean it up, and you're on your way. Anyway, it's a path. You're discovering the path back to self-love and your original blueprint. So if that's you, do one thing different next time. Second, what do you do or think about it when you're late for a really important function? You're on your way to school to meet your kids' teachers. You're on your way to pick up your kids after a party. You're on your way to a job interview. You're on your way to work. You're on your way to a doctor's appointment. I don't know. You're on your way somewhere to an important event or appointment, and you're late. How are you acting? What's your behavior like? Again, are you beep, get the beep out of my way? What is it that you're doing? Are you really super anxious? Are you starting to just go through this myriad of things in your head, on and on and on? This light's always red for me every time I come. I should never have come this way. So what are you saying? What's your behavior like when this happens and you're late? This tells you another thing about yourself, right? It's like, what are you going to do? Control everything? Well, maybe you're going to have a positive experience before you even get in the car. If this is you and you're late, maybe you're saying a little prayer before you get in the car. Maybe you're saying, it's going to be fine. No matter what time I get there, it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. The heavens aren't going to fall from the sky. Everything's going to be fine. So if this is you, even if it's just to notice it, do one thing differently next time, even if it's just to notice it. And then the next time and the next time. Why? Because it's much better to have a pleasant experience. That's why. It's much better to love yourself. That's why. Number 3, what about your work? What about you've been working on something for a long time? Maybe you've been planning a meal, you're going to have friends over for dinner. Maybe you've been redecorating your home and you're going to show it off. Maybe you have been working hard on a project at work and you're you're showing it off. Maybe you've done some work outside to your home. Whatever it is, maybe you've just created a new project, an art project. Maybe you're an artist. Whatever it is, you've unexpectedly had some folks, friends, neighbors, whoever, colleagues at work show up, and now they're giving you some criticism. They're giving you some feedback on your work, and maybe it's not all wonderful like you think it is, right? So what do? What are you saying in your head here? Oh, geez, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know how hard I worked on this. They don't know how hard it is to put something like this together. They don't know, they're full of crap. I mean, what are you saying in your head? Or are you gracefully saying, yeah, that's a thought. I never thought of it like that. Well, I never looked at it like that. Yeah, maybe I could do something like that. That's an interesting way to look at that. How are you receiving this feedback? So if this is you, the next thing is do something differently if that happens in the future with anything. Could be anything. Doesn't have to be a big giant project. Could be just something you did that somebody has a remark about, and your reaction in your head tells you about your level of self-confidence. Are you receiving that on a positive note, that feedback, or are you dismissing it because these people don't know what they're talking about? Do one thing different next time, and maybe you'll take some positive, constructive feedback from these situations that actually makes your work better. How about that? Number 4, you're with a new group. You've just joined a new group at work, a new group of colleagues, a new club in your neighborhood, a new group at the school. Maybe it's a PTA type thing with parents, or maybe it's soccer coaches, or I don't know, but it's a new group. You don't know these people. I mean, you kind of know them, but they're not your friends. And you have an idea for the group. You have an idea for the club. You have an idea for something. What do? Do you immediately raise your hand and share the idea? Or something else, some version of something else? You don't share it until you get to know them better. You want to share it, but you're talking yourself out of sharing it because maybe you're saying it's probably not really a good idea. Maybe it's too expensive. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe no one else will like it. Maybe other people will criticize it. Maybe, right? Maybe. This tells you something else, right? Again, this is about self-love and self-confidence. And if this is you, next time, even if it's just to notice it, notice why you're not contributing. Notice why you're not speaking up. And stop yourself, and then the next time after that, maybe, or the next time after that, maybe you do speak up. It's just an idea. So what? If people don't like it, so what? At least you had an idea. How many other people had an idea? Anyway, so that's number 4. Now, number 5, and this is probably the most obvious one. It's certainly an easy one to kind of call out and recognize. And it's, what do you say to yourself most of the time, and be honest, when you look in the mirror? What do you say? Are you saying good things? Are you building yourself up, or are you beating yourself up? Are you looking at the bad complexion that you have today? Are you looking at your hair that's a mess today? Are you looking at your teeth that are crooked and have been crooked? Are you looking at how much weight you've put on, or how much weight you want to put on, or how you're not muscular enough, or I don't know, could be anything at all. What are you saying to yourself? If this is you, even if it's just to notice it, the next time, that's your challenge. Notice what you're saying to yourself when you're looking in the mirror. And here's another challenge. I'm going to challenge you to just smile looking at yourself in the mirror. Just smile. See how long you can hold it before you start laughing. Wow, I just lost my... there you are. I just actually lost my picture because I was frozen. How do you like that? Anyway, yeah, so smile in the mirror. I guarantee it'll make you laugh. It'll make you feel silly after a while, and then you'll start laughing, and then you'll just laugh about something else. But this is the easiest thing to notice, and this is the easiest thing to begin to change, even if it's just smiling at yourself the next time that you're looking in the mirror. And then, you know what I do? Every time I'm looking in the mirror these days, I smile and I say, I love you. I do. I absolutely do. There was a time that I didn't do that, but I am on the journey, and it's been a good journey. And I am in a place now where every time when I do pass a mirror and I look over, I'll just kind of laugh and say hi, or just smile. And you know what? This is all positive. It's such a positive thing to look at yourself and give yourself approval and give yourself love. It is so powerful. It is so positive. I guarantee that when you begin to change by looking within and changing within your inner dialogue, your inner thoughts, I guarantee that your world without will follow shortly thereafter. I guarantee it. So thanks for stopping by. See you next time.